What's up, guys? Blizzard Productions here, back with another video, and today is week 8 of the NFL, which means it's week 8 of me making my predictions. So far, I've been doing pretty good, except last week I had a terrible week. I thought that teams were going to end up blowing out other teams like the Niners game and also the Bills game, and I was completely wrong about those teams. So yeah, last week I had a terrible week. It was my worst week so far this season, but I'm looking to bounce back. Hopefully, I do better this week. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Starting off, we have the New York Jets at the New York Giants, and I have the Jets coming away with the win. I think that they're going to come away with the win because they're going to have the home field advantage. No, I'm just joking about that. They both play in the same stadium. So I think it's going to be pretty even as far as the fans that show up. But the Jets may actually have a little bit more fans that show up because they're having a better season. But both teams are having a okay season. But I just feel like the Jets have the better season. They've had some pretty good wins this season, whereas the Giants are just okay. Their offense really is not producing at all. So we'll see how this game goes. But I have the Jets coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Jaguars at the Steelers, and I think that the Jaguars are going to come away with the win. I think that the Jaguars are the better team, but I think that both teams are pretty good. Both teams have had some really good games this season and some really bad games, so it just depends on what type of team shows up. But I think that the Jaguars are just a little bit better. I think that they have some really good offensive weapons. They have Calvin Ridley, and they also have Christian Kirk. And then Trevor Lawrence isn't even that bad. But as for the Steelers, they also have been doing pretty good. They have TJ Watt on the defense, and he creates a lot of pressure. So we'll just see how Trevor Lawrence deals with that. But I just think that the Jaguars are the better team. Moving on, we have the Eagles at the Commanders, and I think that the Eagles are going to come away with the win. I think that it should be a pretty close game in the first half, and then in the second half, I see the Eagles just start to run away with the win. I think that the Eagles will win by about 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think their offense is just too good for the Commanders. Moving on, we had the Rams at the Cowboys. This will be a close matchup, but I have the Cowboys coming away with the win. I think that the Cowboys are going to come away with the win because I think that they had the better offense, and also I think that they had the better defense. But with the Rams, they also have a pretty good offense and defense. So I think that this is going to be a pretty close matchup, but I have the Cowboys winning by about a touchdown. Moving on, we had the Vikings at the Packers, and I think that the Vikings are going to come away with the win. They're coming off a very good win against a really good San Francisco 49ers, so they definitely have a whole bunch of momentum right now, and I think that they've always, this whole season, had some bad luck. They've had really good games, and they just have fallen short, like, every time. So I feel like they are starting to warm up, get to know each other, get to know their team better, and starting to connect better, and I think that they're going to come away with the win. Moving on, we had the Falcons at the Titans, and I think that the Titans are going to come away with the win. I think that the Titans are the better team, and also they're going to be wearing their throwback jerseys, so I think because of that, there's going to be even more fans that show up to this game for the Titans. I think that the Titans are going to have a pretty big home field advantage, and I have the Titans coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Patriots at the Dolphins, and I think that the Dolphins are going to come away with the win. Now, this should be actually a pretty good game, but I just think that the Dolphins' offense is just too good against this Patriots defense. But the Patriots are coming off a very, very big win against the Bills, and it surprised everyone, and I think it even surprised themselves. So they do have the potential to beat another good team like the Dolphins. So we'll see how this goes, but I think that the Dolphins' offense is too good to lose to the Patriots. Moving on, we had the Saints at the Colts, and I think this is going to be a good matchup. I had the Colts coming away with the win, but like I said, it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be pretty close, and I expect a lot of offense in this game, and then also sometimes in the game, quite a bit of defense. So I think it's going to be back and forth almost this entire game. It's just whoever makes the biggest play on like the last drive of the game, and I think that's going to be the Colts. I have the Colts coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Texans at the Panthers, and I think that the Texans are going to come away with the win. I think that the Texans are the better team. They're 3-3, and they've been actually looking a lot better than I thought they were going to look this season. And as for the Panthers are still yet to have a win yet this season, but I think that this could be a chance for them to get their first win of the season. But I think that the Texans are the better team, like I said. I think that their offense is starting to find who they are, and as for their defense, I think it's the same way. With that being said, I had the Texans coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Browns at the Seahawks, and I think that the Seahawks are going to come away with the win. They're also wearing a throwback jersey, and I think that this is going to be a very hyped game. I think that this is going to be a close game. The Browns have been definitely starting to turn around their season and start to have a better season. And as for the Seahawks are doing also very well. They're having good games, more than bad games, and they're also having a home game. So, like I said, the energy is going to be super big in that stadium for the Seahawks, and I think they're going to ride that home field advantage and come away with the win. Moving on, we had the Bengals at my favorite team, the 49ers, and I think that the Niners are going to come away with the win. They are coming off 2 straight losses, both against teams that they should have beat. First, it was against the Browns, and then last week it was against the Vikings. So I think that they are going to need to show their fans that they can come back, and I think that they will be able to do that in this game. First of all, they're going to have the home field advantage, and they're going to have a huge home field advantage, in my opinion. And not only that, but their defense has been doing terrible these last 2 weeks, so I think that this is the game that they're going to need to show and step up and show their fans that there's still a defense that everyone has seen these past 2 years. So with that being said, I had the Niners coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Chiefs at the Broncos, and I think that this is going to be the Chiefs that come away with the win. I think that the Chiefs are the better team. I think that their offense is better, as well as their defense. The Broncos just have not looked like a good team this season. They are coming off a decent win, but I still think that's not going to be enough momentum to beat the Chiefs. Moving on, we had the Ravens at the Cardinals, and I think that the Ravens are going to come away with the win. I think that the Ravens' offense is just too good to do bad against this bad of a Cardinals team. I'm sorry, Cardinals, but obviously this is not your season. You're in the middle of a rebuild, so I just think that the Ravens, who have actually looked pretty good this week and are coming off a big giant blowout win against the Detroit Lions, which the Lions are good this season, so that's why it's such a big win. I think that they're going to use that momentum going into this week and come away with the win. Moving on, we have the Sunday night football game, the Bears at the Chargers, and I had the Chargers coming away with the win. The Chargers, I feel, are definitely the better team. The Bears just are not good this season. They haven't been good for a while now. And as for the Chargers are okay this season, but I just really feel like they have the potential to do a lot more. And I'm just waiting for that game that causes them to have a breakout season and win a whole bunch of other games. And so far, they really have not been able to do that. But I feel like Justin Herbert is just too good to lose against this type of Bears team. I have their offense blowing out the Bears. And last but not least, we had the Monday Night Football game, the Raiders at the Lions, and at the Lions coming away with the win. I definitely think that the Lions are the better team. They are coming off a very rough loss against the Ravens. They just got completely blown out, but I don't think that's going to mean anything coming into this week. I think they're going to show their fans and show pretty much the entire NFL fan base that they are still a good team and that was just a fluke game and that they just were off in that game, and I think they will be able to do that. I have them coming out with a lot of energy and start putting up points immediately in this game, and I have them coming away with the win. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I enjoyed making it. And put down in the comments section if you agree or disagree with any of my picks and why. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great Halloween. I hope you guys have fun watching the games this week. And I'll see you guys next week.